I've been trying to find some like interesting ideas against generally boring openings where the defending or even attacking side is just not willing to play any sort of fun moves. And what I've come up with against Owen's defense, where you go for an early fianchetto instead of fighting for the center, well, I guess you're fighting for the center, but it's with your bishop, is you play these regular moves, and when they chuck their bishop here, the move is bishop f4. And chess.com says it's a mistake because you're giving up 0.8, but the point of these positions is that if you don't play perfectly, black equalizes and gets a really normal-ass positional game. So if you're an attacking player like me who doesn't know positional chess at all, I like this a lot. Because if they accept the gambit, the move is d5. So the point of d5 is, obviously you don't want to just attack the bishop because they're just going to go all the way back here. And what have you done? You've just given up a central pawn for nothing. So d5 is the move because this diagonal is weak. Okay, the bishop is locked away from it. So these squares are, like, up for the taking. And they need to play very specific things. So you'd think, so it's c6 or e6. Anything else they do, you just play knight c3 and you've already equalized here. Yeah, so there's a lot of tactical lines. So c6, obviously you want to take the bishop here, and they never want to take the central pawn because it's just, you know, scary stuff is happening. So already you're sort of fighting against that positional play style. So d5, what do? The computer recommends c6, which does make sense because the bishop does want to be here. So it wants to eventually, like, it wants to stay on this diagonal, basically. So you play knight c3, and the move actually is to give up your bishop. And this is the position that I've been looking at because you get a very early queenside castles because your entire queenside has either traded off or moved. And you can already see that it's like, if you flip this as black, you know, this just looks really scary for you. And it's correct, like, you need to, like, bishop b5, bishop b5 is coming. You can't easily move your, you know, you can't, it's not easy to find a move here. So, because anytime they hit your queen, it's just going to go back to f3. And there are even cases where you can just start kingside attack because of the underdevelopment of this kingside here. So you can just play g4, h4 whenever you like, really, as long as it's, you know, kind of makes sense. So you say they play a6, your queen just goes back to f3. Like, it's a very simple game plan where you're arguing that you are far more developed, your king is safe, guarded by a bishop, and you're just going to start throwing these flank pawns at them. So that's the sort of positions you get if they want to play for an advantage. And obviously, because they're a boring positional player, if they just want to play their regular setup, let's see, knight d2. So we start. What is this? D2. Oh, what? Whatever. But yeah, I mean the idea. What the fuck have I just done? I've just collected the whole thing. But the idea is you just get mega development on them, and you go a full tempo up because you have e4, d4. So if they don't accept it, it's like playing against a positional player, but worse. And if they do accept it, then you get to play an attacking game. Or at least a very tactical game with a lot of tricks. Because there are very specific lines that people need to find. Right? So c6 here, 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 here. You can't immediately kick the queen because I take the rook. So you block with your knight. You can immediately go for this bishop b5. There are obviously lines that can and can't work, but this is what I've been looking at just for fun. Because, frankly, I actually have a horrible win percent against this shit because I just can't play positional. So I always just go like, oh, knight in the center, knight in the center, bishop, bishop, and then where do I go from there? Dunno, because there's no asymmetry, and I kind of stink at playing regular chess. So, this is what I've concocted as a sort of way to punish people. Have a look at this. This is probably pure bullshit, but I mean, e6 already looks horrible, right? Like, e6 already looks like a bad idea. Oh, and by the way, here's a final little addendum. If they decide to throw their bishop, like, you know, they do this maneuver, h4 straight away. That's what I'm saying. If that is a sound move, and it's a very good move, you know that this opening is fucking crazy. So, try it out. And obviously, if you play here, g4. Okay, so, if you hate the people that do this early, you know, queenside fianchetto thing, I'm just saying, I'm not recommending it. But hey, I'm just saying, there's a very fun lines that come out of this. If you don't like endgames, you know, there's a cool little thing.